Warning. The following show features actions performed by professional retards and is for entertainment purposes only. Content may include strong language, stunts, mature themes and satire. Listener-viewer discretion is advised. Remember, this is all a joke.
Keep on roll! Keep on warriors, the circus on blast. Clouds in the ring, every take won't last. Digital gladiators, keep on strapped. Echo chambers pop, egos collapse. Lockout test, they flex. Walking punchlines, chaos connects. Jackasses of the Yakuza chef. Cameras rolling, put pride to rest. Falling harder than a meme on a dive. A baseball anthem, barely alive. Shame is a currency, ego's the cost. Their downfalls are humanity's loss. Spotlights beam on the falling parade. Chasing clout, their souls betrayed. The crowd laughs loud, their dignity fades. Internet gods, their judgments made. Stepping on rakes, their comedy thrives. Reckless minds in chaos, they dive. The fool's gold glistens, but the shine won't last. Living legends of the cringe, outcast. Lockout test, they flex. Walking punchlines, chaos connects. Jackasses of the LCU's jets. Cameras rolling, put pride to rest. Lockout test, they flex. Walking punchlines, chaos connects. Jackasses of the LCU's jets. Cameras rolling, put pride to rest. Put pride to rest. Keep up.
Damn, let me try again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Lockout Test with your hosts, Nightmare and your mama, and a very special guest we have today for an interview, Iris. Let's pop into the call. Let's just load in. Jesus. There we go. How are we all doing?
Good.
I'm good.
How's everything?
Good. How are we feeling, Iris? You all right?
I'm just a little nervous because I've never done this before.
I understand. Well, look, don't worry. Just take your time with it, okay? If you feel uncomfortable with anything, just let us know. All right? We want to make sure this is as comfortable as possible for you. Okay? So if you have any questions, anything at all, you just let us know, all right?
Before we start, I would like to say that there is somebody who has been going around claiming they are related to me, and I just want to say they are right. They are a relative of mine, and what they are saying is right.
Okay. All right.
Is there somebody in our chats, or is it somebody in our Discord?
It has been the various lolcow streams, and they were in chat earlier.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. And the reason why we brought you up today, because your name's been floating around, especially with the whole controversy going on with CD-ROM. So your names kept getting brought up. So we wanted to bring you on so you can, if somebody's mentioning you or talking about you, we definitely want you to defend yourself and, hear your side of the story, because we only got one side of the story. So that was very important to bring you up, because, it's kind of rude to listen to just one person speak about somebody and then you not able to defend yourself or give the story.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
One of the things I did want to get into first, if that's okay with you, is if we can go through some of the history, of like how you got involved with the community, etc. If that's okay.
So this started back in like 2015. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
Get back that far?
Absolutely. So is this when you got first involved in Starman's community? It's 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it started when me and a friend, we liked to role play at the time, and we were role playing like characters from SMG4, and he was Starman3, because at the time we thought Starman3 was just this really cool person.
Yeah.
And then Starman found out. What would you
I
like to
got
ask?
I gotta ask you, when you heard about Starman 3, because there's photos floating around of him taking like AI pictures of him like a child. Did you think he was a kid?
I was never made aware of that. That
Okay.
is the first time I'm hearing this.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, go
As you
ahead.
were saying.
But
Oh, Iris, you there? Okay. I think she's dropped out for a second. Let's give her a moment.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Oh, she said muted.
She said she's muted.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Oh.
okay. Let me pop this up. Do you want to leave and rejoin the call, Iris? Maybe it was just a little bit of a glitch. Sorry about this, guys. Give me a moment. We'll get her back up and we'll get the.
Yeah,
She
just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's damn, to go back that far and to basically reflect on everything that happened and stuff like that, and to be honest, I mean she's the whistleblower in the whole situation, and to be that young
you
to
guys know.
whistleblow.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
go on.
So how me and my friend were role playing as SMG4 characters, but Starman ended up finding out, and he would send threats to the friend and have people threaten the friend who was role playing as him. And then he would reach out to me on a different account on one of his alts, saying that we shouldn't be doing that and how it's wrong to impersonate him. And then he just randomly told me he was in love with me and started sexually role playing with me.
So this was in 2015, you said?
Yes, and I was 12 years old at the time that happened.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And we would be in an on and off relationship. He would get mad at me for things and then block me and then unblock me. And he would just get angry for various things I would do. Like, he didn't like my icon. He didn't like that I would post this or had this interest and stuff. And he would be very abusive towards me. And
So,
this would go on for go
sorry.
on.
So he would often like pick at little things that you did while you were in this. So I'm assuming you were like considered a relationship at this point in time.
Correct.
Okay, and he would often pick a like little faults he didn't like with like your online profile and what you had said and done. So he was quite controlling, to say the least.
Correct. And he would try to force me into sexual roleplay a lot. There were, on occasion, I remember he would ask if I had a camera so I could send him nude images of myself or video call with him.
Right.
And during this time, he was in multiple relationships with other minors at the time, but he would tell me that I was the only one he loved, and he wasn't in a relationship with them. They were just stalking him and being parasocial with him. But it turns out he would be in a relationship at the same time and say the exact things he was saying to me to them.
How did
I remember
you?
there was
Sorry, I just want to like try and grasp this as much as possible. So how did you? How were you made aware of these other people? Did you ever interact with them?
he added me into a group chat with other people, and he at one point said he had a roleplay son, and that character had another mom, but he was also dating her at the same time. I'm not gonna say her name just
No,
for
no,
privacy reasons.
yeah. Please don't drop any names.
She was 1 year older than me, and she was also dating Starman too at the same time.
Now we were made aware of you because CD-ROM, who was part of the locale universe, said that that you weren't a victim and that you were actually somebody that just was a whistleblower, which was our understanding, which I just thought. But this is a new revelation. So you were actually a victim.
Correct. And there's more to that.
Yeah, please
So
continue.
the relationship would go on for various year and a half until 2017. And it was then that when I was 13, I had enough. And so while I was digging through exposed videos and posts about him, I noticed that somebody posted his mother's Facebook and decided to reach out and tell her what he was doing to me and various other children. But I do not have the chat anymore as that was years ago. But she did blame me for being in contact with her son and allowing myself to be in a relationship with him. And she just told me not to speak with him anymore. And I did not hear from Starman for a few months until he started harassing me on alternate accounts, various roleplay accounts. This would go on for about 2 years. He would stalk me on roleplay accounts and my friends.
Sorry, just to clarify, by roleplay account, is this like on Discord, Twitter, like a
So
video game?
this was back when Google Plus was a thing. There is a roleplay account still active up on Twitter,
Okay.
but it hasn't been used in years. But this was mostly happened when Google Plus was a thing, so all of that is just now gone. But he
So,
would
so the,
stalk.
oh, go
Go
ahead.
on. You
Go
can
ahead.
go on.
I just want to ask you, so because you just said that you spoke to Starman's parents and then they kind of rejected it and placed the blame on you. So the parents was complicit in Starman's actions, knew what he was doing online, but kind of pushed it off on blaming you as the person that was the aggressor.
Correct. And it sounds like his parents knew about this for years, but have never done anything.
Yeah. One thing I was gonna ask, what led to like, I know you said you were in a relationship on and off with him for a year and a half, and you said it was majority quite abusive and hostile. What led to that separation? What was the cause, if you don't mind me asking?
The most end of it, I can't exactly recall what happened, but I believe it was because he thought I was cheating on him with someone else. I believe that's what it was.
Yeah. Okay. No worries.
And so so you went to the parents, and the parents obviously complicit with it, blamed the victims, and then that's when you said, okay, let me go to friends of Star and let me bring that up to them so maybe they could possibly shut this whole thing down. Is that when you came across CD-ROM, or did CD-ROM come across you?
I did not come across CD-ROM until a random post in 2019. He just randomly replied to me, started speaking cryptic, saying that I was banned from social media. That I don't know where he got that information from. As my relative said, there was no court order. We never went to court. I was never banned from social media. I don't know where he got that information from, but it is completely false.
So, okay. So I have two questions. One quick one: did the parents seem at all shocked when you reached out to them, like about this? Did they have like a sort of shock reaction? Do you think, or did they generally seem like nonchalant, like "No, you're the aggressor, go away"?
No, she seemed very bothered that I was reaching out to her.
Okay. The other question I have was, do you think that you might have interacted with CD? Because CD was a part of these role-playing communities, from what I've gathered. Do you think that you might have engaged? Because I'm assuming you've heard his voice since then. Does that ring any bells to before the 2019 interaction you had with him on Twitter?
I was never in voice calls with any of them, so I'm not sure. I've only heard Starman's voice through videos, but I've never been in calls with them.
Okay. All right, no worries. I appreciate you doing this, by the way. I know it can't be comfortable, but I really do appreciate you being patient with us and getting through it. So, when you were a part of the community, beyond the intermediate relationship you had with intimate relationship you had with Starman, sorry, what were the community members like? What were the other people like?
Most of them, it seemed, I don't know how to say this without it sounding weird, but it seemed like a cult where you would just defend Starman 3 if someone bothered him.
Was that what it
Like,
was
it
a
would
lot
just
of?
be,
Was it just people like mainly
yes.
like pitchforks and torches for Starman? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. And it would be like that for years. And it sounds like there are people who are still doing that for him.
Was there a lot of underage people in that community?
Oh yes, there very much was. I also remember a girl who was older than me, another one. He would be in a relationship with her too, and he would try to get her to live with him, despite her being 14 at the time.
Oh, so he
Did
actually
they?
wanted to physically like live with this person.
Yes, and he tried to do the same for me too, and he would often want me to do graphic things when we lived together.
So did he? Did you guys ever meet up or plan to meet up?
No, we lived in separate countries.
So it was never ever like something that was spoken about as a plan or anything.
No.
Okay, so one thing I did want to ask as well is what led you? So you left the community. I'm assuming the same time your relationship hit, like you terminated, it crossed the barrier, and you were like, I need to get out of this place. I'm assuming that's when you left the community. Is that correct?
Correct.
What led to you posting in 2019? Like the sort of, I would say the cataclysm, the explosion, the call out about Starman.
So that was around the time he used one of his roleplay accounts to bother me and sexually harass my friends and various followers of mine. And the post that you guys saw that CD-ROM replied to, I don't remember why I exactly posted that,
It's okay.
but I think that because he kept harassing me and my friends, I think I wanted to call him out so people would know who he was.
No, that's fair. I respect that. I respect your bravery for it as well. Like that's truly commendable. It was that the only ever interaction you had with his followers though, because obviously CD reached out on that and was making claims that you should be banned from social media, or you were banned from social media, and that he was privy to certain information. Were there any other people that reached out?
There were various. I was mutuals with some of his friends on Twitter, but because I was speaking up against him, showing how he was being racist, pedophile, and other stalking, they ended up harassing me and blocking me for that.
So they made he mentioned that they made a separate server after it got real bad with his friend Star, that they made a separate server for 18 and over so it would keep the young people out. Was that something that they did because of what Star was doing, or was just something because it just got flooded with kids? Like why did they change the server to 18 plus?
I was never a part of his servers. I never knew he had Discord servers, so I can't answer that.
So you were part of a separate group altogether that also had a bunch of underage people in there. Well, okay, so in regards to this group that you were a part of, I'm assuming there were other adults there.
I remember there was only one adult, but I only remember kids being in the group chat
Okay.
and kids being followers of him on Google Plus. But
Did,
I know he had adult friends,
Mhm.
but I mainly remember most of them were kids.
yeah. Did how was that one other adult you speak of? How were their interactions with the people who were underage in there? Was it like appropriate? Were they being a little bit like borderline on the Starman's sort of side of things? Like how was your interaction with them?
I didn't have various reaction with the one friend. I do remember he ended up being outed as a pedophile,
Oh.
but I didn't talk to him much. I just remember I asked him to do an art piece for me, and that was the only interaction we had. The other two, I'm not sure if they were outed as pedos, but I do remember they were various defenders of Starman 3.
And I just want to say that I'm so sorry that you went through this, and I'm so sorry that somebody that was part of our community just came up and just dragged you through the mud the way they did. And I'm so proud of you to come up here and tell your side of the story so people can get the real. Because I mean, for anybody out there that was even considering having conversations with this man or bringing him back, and the lies that he spewed, and I'm proud of a lot of people seeing that you were a child at the time, and that no child could ever be the aggressor. They can only be the victim. And I really appreciate you coming up here and sharing this story, and helping possible other victims out there, and helping a parent like myself that also has children, to now, take a look at what our kids are doing right now, or what they're playing with, or who they're talking to, who they're speaking to, and all that stuff like that. So for you coming up here and speaking your truth and telling your story, you not only help victims out there, or some kid that's going through what you went through, but you're also helping parents that might have overlooked a lot of things, and not seeing a lot of things that's going on in our home. And now it really put a microscope on what's going on, because this could absolutely happen to anybody. And for these adult men out here to try to go after young adults and then paint them as being the aggressor and gross people, I'm just so proud of you coming up here. It means a lot to us, just not as a show, but as parents and people out there with kids. So I just want to just say I appreciate you for coming up here and telling your truth and telling this story. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Another thing I forgot to mention was the only banishment from social media I had was because my mom checked my devices. There was no place for me to be making alternate accounts. My mom checked every conversation I had and every notification. And my mom found out about the Starman grooming and how his friends were stalking me and trying to dox me and get my legal information. So she had me take a break from social media at the house. That is the only banishment from social media I had. I was not banished by the courts. It was just my mom not feeling safe of letting me be on because of them.
So when you're
That makes absolutely so much sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What that court thing. Go ahead, Nightmare.
Yeah, no, you're all right, man. I appreciate you. So your parents found out post Starman, because that's one thing I wanted to ask as well. Like, when did your parents find out, and how did they find it? So I'm assuming they found out through going through your online accounts, etc.
So originally I lived with my dad from 2014 to 2018. And my mom would still check my devices despite them being separated because she was a bit concerned. But my dad found out about Starman because he saw my notifications of Starman trying to sexual roleplay with me. And Starman had me lie and try to say that that was someone my age. So he brushed it off. But my mom did find out. And I ended up getting in trouble for that. And so when I lived with her, she would have me take breaks from social media, and then she would check my devices when I would be on it.
Yeah, no, I understand, and it can't have been a fun situation for them either, because they want to protect you. They're your parents after all, and respect to your mother for looking out for you and looking after you by making you take like breaks away from social media and keeping tabs on your info, so other people don't do this to you. So massive respect to your mother on that one. I want to get into some of the other stuff, because I know you do you do like some form of online content and stuff. Were you ever a part of Starman's videos? Because he has a plethora of videos with many guests featured on his history.
I did at one point ask to be a part of his gaming channel. He said he would think about it, but it was never brought up ever again. So I've never officially been into anything that was his.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Excuse me. So when you did this tweet back in 2019, And you said, you had CD reach out to you. Were there any members of the community that you were part of with Starman that took your side and were supportive towards you, or did they all just turn against you?
I was very much hated because Starman would turn everyone against me. I had only one friend, but things went bad between us, and he ended up turning against me and taking Starman's side.
Right. Were
And
there,
I would make
go on, sorry.
and I would make new friends back then, and they would somehow be friends with Starman, and then they would turn against me.
Now your parent your mother had all this documentation of this adult man grooming you. Why wasn't the authorities ever contacted?
She tried, but they couldn't do anything.
They couldn't
Wow.
do anything?
Yeah.
So the police, so what you're saying is the police were never involved in any of these situations?
He was stalking another minor, and I'm not going to give out their
No,
information,
of
but
course not.
he was stalking another minor in their family, and they reached out to me to get his information, and they contacted the police, and the police couldn't do anything for them either.
What year was this, if you don't mind me asking?
That was around the end of 2017.
Okay. So that was like obviously way past when you left from it. And okay. So
But he
you
was still
yourself,
stalking me.
so your mother reached out to the police and she had tried to get something substantiated, and the police were like, "No, there's nothing we can do about this. We haven't got like enough information, or I don't know what the excuse would be, to be honest with you." Was it because maybe it was a different country?
I
Like,
would believe so. That's what I would believe because he's in Canada and we're in the States.
okay. Um, that's shocking. That's really appalling that they didn't do anything to support you guys. I'm so sorry to hear that. So when CD makes claims that there was police reports, you had a restraining order. Well, Starman had a restraining order on you. That's all completely false. None of that actually happened.
No, I'm not sure where he got that information from. My family never went to court.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
Okay. Well, right.
One thing I do have. Do you have any, like, to this day? I can't imagine you'd ever want to keep any like evidence or any relevant data. But do you have anything that still is connected to Starman or any other bad actors on hand?
I have the roleplay account that's still up. I know that's still up.
Does that still have all like the
I know
chats and stuff?
I do not have direct DMs with him. I do have some screenshots I've posted from that. I know there are screenshots of him trying to make a burner and like him making threats against a girl. That I know that's still up.
Okay.
Well, I just want to say thank you for telling your story. Thank you for getting to the truth. And it's mind blowing that there's people out here like that, and they're still out here like that. And I mean, nothing's being done to keep our kids safe from these people. And it's sad that the authorities didn't take action. I know they deal with this like all the time, but we got to keep our kids safe, man. And this is really sad to hear and really sad to listen to. And I'm just sorry for everything you went through. And I hope that you can get your mentals and everything back in order. But
I do have some clips of some of the things the CD made claims to. I'm going to ask you this beforehand before we go into this. Are you okay / comfortable with us reacting to them and having your opinion on them? If not, that's completely fine. I know it might be a bit heavy.
That would be very much all right, as I've already seen them.
Okay. No worries. Well, I appreciate that, genuinely. And again, thank you for having the confidence to come up, and like your bravery is genuinely like it's unmatched. Like genuinely, like truly, like this is absolutely devastating and upsetting to hear, and the way that you've come up to speak about this, like genuinely, be proud, be proud of that. Excuse me. Okay, so we got the first clip here, and this is CD confirming that he was in talks with the parents regarding the situation with yourself.
All of you want to paint me as the bad guy? Get this through your heads. I am responsible for reporting a number of things that he was hiding to his parents. That's right. I reported my friend out to his parents for correction.
What do you think about that? Like,
Even if he did, I don't think they would have cared, because if they really cared, they would take his devices and turn him into the police.
you're absolutely correct. Yeah. And you know, as it's been stacked, there's those claims of the parents going to the police and stuff. None of that's actually true at all. It's completely false. But what saddens me about this clip is that he was in the know on these things. And rather than going to the authorities about it, rather than going to anyone of prevalence, he went to his parents. And it's a clear indicator of what his supporters did. They protected him.
Many of his friends knew. All of them knew. And they would still be friends and back him up and defend him.
This is another clip. This might be a bit of a heavy one, but we'll get into this.
About Iris and calling me a victim sweeper, or that I was trying to downplay an actual victim of assault. You don't know anything of what you're talking about. So let's talk about Iris, the lady in the tweets. Iris was not a victim of anything. She was a barely functioning teenage woman that was desperate for internet attention.
Yeah, so I'm going to stop that there. Do you have any thoughts on this?
I noticed that a lot of people commenting on the fact that he says teenage woman, which really does say a lot when you think about it, on how he views teenagers. And how to them it's not anything.
I didn't even read that, but you are absolutely correct. And when he said barely functional, I mean, we're listening to you right now, and he also made that excuse for his friend Starf. Like, he's saying that
his friend was not barely functioning. Yes, he had Asperger's, but he was able to hold a job for many years, which is something that not even I was able to do. So he was much functioning. He knew right from wrong. He just didn't care.
Yeah. Well, it was clear that he was in the know on it, as he's kind of like self-incriminated himself, really. But yeah, I just want to know your thoughts on it. Sorry, this is just.
I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm glad you played these clips, because now, I mean, listening to her break it down, it's making 100% sense. It's making sense now.
Yeah. Now we have the full picture, and that's one of the reasons why I want to bring this up as well. Is now we have both sides of the story, and you can clearly see which one's been sweeping and which one's been, traumatized and affected. Let's get into this clip.
Are you listening to these?
Yeah, you guys don't know the situation. I do. I understand you're all upset. The truth of the matter is that Iris was not a victim. She was an aggressor.
What are your thoughts on that, Iris?
He's just a Starman defender. I would speak out against Starman, and they would have temper tantrums over it.
Yeah.
I was the only one who did not put up with this. Just because Starman3 is a famous YouTuber, just because he appeared on a SMG4, does not mean anything to me. They want to paint me and defame me because they do not like me and that I would not be pushed around by this pedophile.
To call a 13-year-old girl an aggressor is probably the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. A child victim and calling them an aggressor when you're playing in the sandbox with a bunch of children as adult men is probably the most disgusting thing. I mean, this man that came out of that man's mouth, man. It's just, I mean, and that teenage woman thing that he said and that you caught that I didn't catch that at all, but I'm glad you did. But this is just gross. But go ahead, Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, to consider the thing is, see, like what we thought, which is bad enough being 13, right? It's already horrific enough, but it goes back even further. You know, this goes back into you were just turning 12. You know, it's just it's so fucking sickening. And I apologize on behalf of the LCU. Like, I know all the hosts don't support this. No host support what this motherfucker said. But I just want to apologize on behalf of the LCU that we allowed this fucker to be platformed. But, you know, we didn't know, but now we know he's fucking gone. So I want to apologize for that first and foremost. But what I find really interesting about what he's saying is he's acting like he was completely in the know, like he was there when it happened. But you said you had no interactions with him until the tweet.
It's possible. It's possible CD had another alt and went under a different name. But as CD-ROM using that name, I only remember that one interaction with him.
Yeah. What about CD Star? Does that ring a bell?
It probably does, but I don't recall having any private DMs with that name.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fine. Like what I'm trying to paint the picture of as well is like it's okay if you don't remember. By the way, it was a long time ago. But what I'm trying to paint the picture of is that he has very, very clear memories, apparently, of this situation, as if he was directly there when it happened. But as you're recalling, that there's no actual, like, for your memories anyway, there's no actual interactions where he was even involved in the situation, which obviously leads to believe that Starman was going to his cult members, as you put them, and just explaining, oh yeah, by the way, this woman is she's come at me, you know, or young woman, as they say, whatever the gross terminology they use, they're coming at me and they're accusing me of this stuff, but she was the aggressor in the situation, I was the victim, and it's like they've generally taken that for face value and believed that, which is, I'd be honest, I don't know what's more disgusting, the fact that if he knew and he still defended, or the fact that he didn't know and he just took those words as face value. I generally don't know which one's more sickening, to be quite frank.
When my relative was commenting on the videos, someone reached out to them and said that anytime somebody new would follow Starman or comment on his stuff, he would automatically call them Iris. And he would be obsessed with me in voice calls and things like that. And they also made it clear that he was actively targeting someone right now. They never said who it was, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. And what's even sad about this is my concern is, which is what you've clarified, is what if he's getting victims mixed up? You know what I mean? What if there's just so many victims that you can't even remember which one's which? It's just unfortunate that your name got brought up, which I apologize for again that happened. But he was very, very clear to comment on your name more than anyone else's. So we have another clip here. Let's just get into this. And yeah.
That's where people are caught up on.
The reason I quote unquote blamed the quote unquote victim is because I spoke to Starman's parents at length about this particular individual. I had several conversations. They said that the entire family, Starman's family, was consistently being doxxed and harassed by this alleged this person, about this person. So much so that the two families had to come in contact with each other and were taken to court. And a court order was granted against Iris that she needed to be banned from social media because she was using it beyond irresponsibly.
So what are your thoughts on those allegations, Iris?
My family never came into contact with theirs, and we never went to court. I'm not sure why. If his parents did tell CD that, I'm not sure why they did.
I think, to be honest, if I were to connect the dots, is when you reached out to Starman's mother, she used that as a point of reference. Well, no, we're in talks. We're in talks. It's, you know, it's getting sorted. Like, she's been doing this. She's been doing this. The doxing situation as well. It's quite a bold allegation to just throw it out there to a victim. Is any of that true? I just want to ask to clear it up.
His house address was already posted, but not by me. It was by someone earlier who tried speaking out to him, and he would use these roleplay accounts to post his address to have people come over.
Wow.
But they did try to dox me and get my legal name and where I lived and threatened to track my IP and do things like that on a burner.
They're trying to do something like that to a 13-year-old?
I was 14 at the time I
14?
received that message.
Wow. Bad.
Yeah. Okay. It's sorry. Okay. So yeah, it talks about going to court. I don't know why this court thing is even, to be quite frank, like listening to it now with all the context and information we have, I don't even know why that's a point of defense. I don't know why that was ever considered a point of defense, to be honest with you. It really is. It's insane
I think
that was even like,
honestly,
oh yeah, this is something that just happened. You know, like this isn't our fault. This is her fault. I don't understand how that could even have been brought up. Go ahead.
you know what I believe? I believe that he thought because this is the first time you actually spoke, that he thought that he could say a bunch of stuff and then it can never be no one could ever come out and say, no, you're wrong. Actually, what you're saying is a lie, because he never thought in a million years you'd probably come out or you even watch Locale anything, and that he could just say absolutely anything and then it'll never come out in the light. So that's what I believe. That's why he said that, just to loosen up the bad shit he was saying, to make it look good. You know what I'm saying? And now this comes out, and now everything that he said was an absolute lie. So
yeah. I do have 2 more clips I want to show. This is one thing that's going to call CD's truth into question, because one of CD's claims that he later made was that the tweet that he was commenting on and arguing with wasn't you, Iris. Now you've confirmed that it was you. I just want you to reconfirm it. We'll see if it wasn't you. That's fine.
From what I've seen in the podcast, that is my tweet. It even has the icon on my Twitter account.
Yeah.
So.
And I did go back to check as well, because you still have that tweet posted up. It's just he's deleted all his comments now, but I did confirm it myself as well.
And he, according to my relative, he privated his account, and people are trying to defend him for this.
Yeah. So this is one thing that he did make a claim of. Oh, Christ's sake, my bad. I keep muting shit so it doesn't play in the background.
Who you were arguing with, is it, CD?
From what I remember, no. She was just somebody with an axe to grind. And
so that wasn't the actual victim?
Not from... Listen, this happened a very long time ago now, so my memory's a little spotty, but from what I recall, this was just a woman with an axe to grind against Starman. That's what I remember. And that's why I very, very incorrectly used the words that I did. And I'm...
Oh, fuck off for that part. So yeah, that's CD claiming that it wasn't you that he was arguing with. He wasn't arguing with a victim. He was just arguing with someone who had just an axe to grind, as he so playfully put it. Do you have any thoughts on Iris?
It was the other way around. Starman had issues with me.
Is Julie in here?
But he had issues with me. He would stalk me and my friends and various followers of mine and try to sexually harass them, try to unwanted roleplay with them.
And I want to ask you, I mean, you don't have to say exact age, but you're in your 20s now, right?
I am 22 as of right now.
Okay. Yeah. Just want to clarify with people just that just came in or just new to this, that we're not talking to anybody. We're just letting people know we're talking to somebody of age. We're not talking to anybody, underage. So just letting people know in the chat, you know what I'm saying? So, but go ahead, continue.
I do have one final clip to play, and this is probably one of the most sickening things I've ever heard come out of someone's mouth. So I'm really sorry to play this, but I genuinely do want to know your thoughts on this, because this is something that very much has been glossed over, but it hasn't been recalled enough, in my opinion. So
Truly happened. All right.
I maintain my story.
He's not a pedophile.
He's never had any physical interaction with anybody. And did he goon with some young folks? Yeah, he did. And I very shut up.
Everybody shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter if it was physical. I don't give a fuck if it. What was it? If it wasn't physical, what was it, CD? What was it?
Swapping messages that I very harshly admonished him for.
Hold on, Nightmare. What kind of messages, CD?
RP and sexual in nature.
With a 13-year-old?
So, Iris, do you have any thoughts on that clip?
It may not have been physical, but he still sexually role-played with a minor. He would still ask minors for nudes. He received nudes from minors. He would try to get minors to come live with him. And CD is trying to defend that. I think that says enough.
You're absolutely correct.
And CD knew that.
You're absolutely correct. I couldn't agree any more, to be honest with you. It genuinely, when I heard that, I genuinely was lost for words. To have someone defend someone to the point where they're trying to gatekeep what those sickening acts are is truly, yeah. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Do you have?
I mean,
go on, you mama. Sorry.
I mean, for me, it's just like people are playing this mental health thing now that somehow their brains can't think for them what's right and what's wrong, and for them to sit there and say that he just did this and that it just did this with kids is just utterly gross. And a grown man even saying that, and to even have anybody out there that still defend CD-ROM after hearing him say that, it just you're just utterly just gross. And you really need to see somebody, like, seriously, you need to get your head examined or something like that. I mean, all he did was goon over some children. Like, there's some people with some real problems out here, and it's just like, it's really bad. I mean, listening to that was just a hard listen to, and it's just, yeah, man, I really got nothing else to say, man. I'm done with that, bro. Like, it's different.
Iris, do you have any words to say to people like CD that actively defend these kind of people?
If you still defend Starman3, I think you need your hard drive checked. Because that man has traumatized many victims, many children, has access to CP, forced CP from people, forced sexual roleplay with minors, and you still want to defend that?
And Nightmare, Iris put something in the chat if you want to put that on the screen.
Of course. Let me just pop it up. Sorry, I'm just a little bit like, this is really heavy. All right, let me just share that on the screen. So this is a tweet from Starman. Let's have a look at this. Sigh, even Alice hate me now. Yes, I did call Hitman to get her, but that was in the past. What? Can you explain the context to this for me, please?
Another victim that did not like him. And so he threatened her with that.
With a hitman. So he's like actively threatening to murder this, like, people that are speaking out. One sec. Let me. So I have my boss Keem wants to come in and ask you some questions. Is that okay with you?
That's more than fine.
Awesome. No worries. I just added Keem to the call now. Thank you so much for coming up and doing this as well. By the way, like honestly, incredible bravery. You have no idea how much respect I have for you for this. This is.
I just felt a little nervous coming on
I
because I've
understand.
never done something like this.
I just want to say as well that the chat is showing nothing but love and support towards you. They really are. There's not a single person that's against you. Everyone is showing you love and support, which is what you deserve for being in this situation.
I feel a bit better about that.
Good.
I feel better.
And you should feel a lot better because I mean you're doing a lot for families, people out there with kids, people out there, you know, that was in a similar situation than you were as a teen, and for you to spread this knowledge and you to have the bravery to basically speak out against that guy, even though you were getting threats thrown at you, and seeing those threats that he tweets out about sending hitman to people that speak out against him, and doing that to children, for you to come up here and know that some guys threaten to end your life, but you want to speak out because you don't want no other person to fall a victim to that guy. I just want to commend you for your bravery and just everything you came up here and told today. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more praises I can give you, but thank you for today. Like honestly, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have a question from one of the viewers, if you don't mind.
What was that?
They're asking, do you know how many victims came forward after like basically post your tweet in 2019? Do you know how many victims had come forward from Starman that you knew CD may or may not have been involved in, or in general?
I don't know if CD was involved with them, but I know several people, at least one person reached out to me and had them post screenshots. And with the roleplay account, several people would send them to me and I would post those. He would harass some of my friends, but I don't know how many victims with all together there are. I don't know how many CD is involved with.
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone has any questions they would like to ask, yeah, please keep it respectful to Iris. Put it in the chat, and if we see one that's relevant, we'll bring it up. I know Keem said he wanted to come up here, but I don't know where the hell he is now. Let me just tag him.
And is there anything when your family member was watching live and then watching CD-ROM speak on this situation about you and mentioning you, and they contact you right away and you got to see the clip, what was the first thing that you and your family, like, what went through your head when you guys watched this together?
So what happened was my family did not watch it. I went on Twitter one morning and I started receiving a bunch of threats and DMs, received gore, and there was someone who caught my attention. They started retagging the tweet from 2019 and started tagging random people, and I was a bit confused. So I chatted with them a bit. They showed me the link, and I finally got the story of what happened. And she got involved and started trying clearing things up, so I didn't have to get myself involved with this.
So, how are you feeling when this all like happened? You had the connection to the live show had happened.
I was a bit shocked because I didn't really remember who CD-ROM was, but until I started doing more investigating, started watching various podcasts from you guys about it, and I finally put two and two together on who he was and remembered who he was.
Yeah. It was like Spilling the Beans just said as well. CD was his accountability partner, is how CD put it. So he'd basically be someone that would like try to veil and protect him. So he tried to make sure he wasn't speaking to minors anymore. But it would obviously be very clear that with yourself, and as you said, many victims have come out since then, that just didn't work and that wasn't the case at all. Do you believe there were people who were trying to prevent him from doing it in this community? Because you said that people knew and were still friendly with him. Were there any that were trying to prevent this?
I would highly doubt that. It's possible CD might have been, but it's also more than likely based on how he was talking on the podcast
Hmm.
that he wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know where Keem is. I know he said he wants to come up and ask a few questions, but
No, I mean, to be honest with you, I think she broke it down just
yeah.
where it is, and everybody out there, have their own train of thoughts, and they can just take the information that they get, and they can basically form their own thoughts on the situation and everything like that. But I'm just glad you came up here and clarified, because we only got one side of the story, and we didn't, and people had these conversations about bringing him back and all this other stuff like that, and we only heard one side of the conversation, and it made it seem like a 13-year-old girl was an aggressor to adult men, which is just out of control crazy. And I'm just glad you just came up here, you just clarified it, and as a person, I mean, you can look back at that situation and you can help. I mean, are you now currently like, what happened to you? Are you like preventing this happening to others in those spaces?
I am not actively doing anything right now because I tried to distance myself from everything.
I understand that, especially when you got people saying that they want to send hitmen to you if you do expose those kind of things. I'm just wondering, where are these adults at that are not banding together to stop these creepy ass dudes out here going after children, and then when children expose these creepy ass dudes, they're all out here threatening their lives. Where the fuck are these adults at to shut these fucking clowns down? These guys need to be absolutely erased, not from the internet. I'm just saying the internet. I don't want to just go out crazy, but they should be erased. And where are these fucking adults at to take these guys out that are threatening children's lives if they expose them? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and the fact that we had somebody like CD-ROM in our midst, one of those guys who were defending these creeps and basically attacking children when they expose these clowns, is out of control, and we need to band together just to erase this shit for once and for all. Now that it's out there, shit needs to be gone, man. These people need to be gone. Like, they need to be gone from the internet, and they need to not be out here creeping, because there's people, there's families out here, there's women out here with kids, there's fathers out here with kids, and they're listening to this like, what the fuck? Like, our kids is not safe because you got these creepers out here doing this shit. And then when your kid speaks out against this shit, not only are these guys not going to jail because the authority's not doing nothing, but now these guys are literally threatening your children with death. And what the fuck is happening? What is going on? Like, shit's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Weird.
I do have I have 2 more questions I'd like to ask, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
There's a lot of reference to Starman does, and the all convert to Irish Badass for this question in particular, because this one I almost forgot, to be honest with you. Where Starman refers to, like, it's alluded to, the Starman refers to like children or underage people as sandwiches. Do you know anything about that correlates that, or is that something you're not in the know of?
I do remember he would roleplay sandwich sexual things. I don't know about him calling minors sandwiches, but I do remember the sandwich roleplay.
Right.
You know what? Keem should listen. Keem should fucking contact CD-ROM. He should contact CD-ROM and fucking find out the inside on this goddamn dude and that community, and fucking knock that shit down from the fucking inside. To be honest with you, get that shit knocked completely down, and knock CD-ROM off that shit. Get that shit knocked down from the inside. The fact that they close shop and then they go somewhere else and do this to a whole group of other kids, Get CD-ROM to knock that shit down from the fucking inside. If you got communications with CD-ROM, say, listen here, bro, I want to know what the fuck all these people are from the fucking inside, and knock that shit down from the fucking inside. That's what should happen. That should be Keemstar's next fucking move, is hey, CD-ROM, who the fuck are these weirdos and what the fuck they're doing, and knock that shit and clear that shit out from the fucking inside. And then also clearing out goddamn CD-ROM, like, get the fuck out of here, dog. For real, man. This shit is crazy, man. It's fucking disgusting.
One thing I did want to say as well, were you ever part of his Second Life role-playing accounts or anything like that, or was it generally just the Google Plus thing that you were along with?
I remember the Twitter account that he had, that he would roleplay, stalk friends. I know that's still up.
Okay. Do you have any links to that?
Let me see if I can find it.
It's okay. Take your time.
I remember she sent it to me. She sent a few tweets to me.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have that, would be much appreciated for you to pass that over. The final question I have, I don't think I have any more, but I think the final question I really have here is, do you know if he's currently active in any communities? If he's like still doing this on another platform?
I know Starman. I don't know if he's doing this still, but I know he is still active on his gaming channel, because he just posted something a few days ago.
Okay. So this tweet that you sent me now, this is Starman.
Correct. It's one of his
as well.
roleplay accounts that he would stalk people on.
Yeah, it is him. That photo confirms it. Okay. Right. Right, I appreciate that. Is there any like queries or anything you have with us? Or anything you'd like to say?
Not that I can think of.
I just want to say again, thank you for coming up. Thank you for telling your story. And I hope and a real religious person, I hope you stay blessed and God protects you. And I don't want to hear anybody speak on that this is a religion thing, that this is a Jesus thing, or whatever the fuck kind of excuses these clowns been making. Jesus was here to protect. He wasn't here to do the shit that these clowns are doing. So I just want to thank you for coming up here, and God bless you. And thank you very much for speaking your truth. Thank you very much.
No, genuinely,
You're welcome.
You've been amazing. Your courage, your bravery should be noted. I just want to, I know I don't want to get distracted, but the people in the chat are singing your praise, and they're giving you nothing but love and respect, which thank you guys for doing that, because this can't have been easy. Generally, what you're doing will inspire other people to come forward, and will inspire people to feel more comfortable calling this shit out. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate your time, your patience, and everything you provided today. And genuinely nothing but love and respect to you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I think we'll call the interview here, but thank you so much. If if you have any more things you'd like to add in the future, please don't feel free to reach out, and we'll stay in that group call, that group chat we've made. And if you have anything you wish to add in the future that you'd like us to address, or if you'd like to ever come up again, please let us know. You will always have a platform with us to speak your opinions.
Thank you. And if Keemstar wants to talk to me, he's more than welcome to.
Of course. I'll make sure that he knows that. He's probably watching right now, but yeah, no worries, Tom. Well, thank you very much, Iris. Genuinely.
Thank you for coming.
And I really wish you nothing but the best in your day now, and I really hope you're doing a lot better now. Genuinely.
You're welcome.
Have a fantastic day. Take care.
Have a good day.
Wow. That's I mean, as a father, is just wow. I mean, it just really pains me that her mother sees that stuff and she shuts it down, and she did all the right things by going to the authorities to stop this shit.
Nothing was done.
nothing was done. Like, what the fuck is going? As a parent, you feel helpless. You can't even protect your children, bro, because of this dumb shit. These fucking creepy ass men. Like, it's just so fucking gross, dude. And it's like, fuck, man. Like, what has this world turned to, bro? Like, fuck, just got way too soft on men like that, man. And them men deserve. I mean, I wish you could say what you want to say on the internet, but man, dude, it's just
short
sad,
drop with a
bro.
sudden stop.
Yeah. And push up that tweet that she sent you, because I'm looking at that shit and that shit's making me fucking mad and pissing me off, dude. The code words that they got right there that are Irish show.
Well, you
but I love.
Well, we're gonna go back into the live on here, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So just meet me in the test live on here.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking hell. Oh, right. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Let me just get the screen changed over. Oh, fucking hell.
One for me and one for my hooker.
That was heavy.
Yeah. Very. Yeah, very.
Genuinely heavy. Also,
you know, and
big love.
It's just.
I just want to quickly say sorry, your mama. Big love to everyone in the chat for being supportive. I didn't see a single negative comment there, which is made me so fucking happy. I fucking love this community. You guys were being so supportive of it. Genuinely, I love every single one of you for that. For real.
It was really the talks of bringing CD back for me. You know, when they had the Freshy Fresh thing and it wasn't working, and then possibly had long conversations with CD, possibly bringing CD-ROM back and da. And it was that conversation that I had for me that when you told me this, I was like, go ahead and let us hear her side of the story, because it's not fair to listen to this guy just tell a bunch of lies and you know, and try to make his way back into this community. Just crazy. So yeah, man. Sad, but
I didn't make I'm pretty sure I said this at the beginning, but if I didn't, I do apologize. I turned TTS off, guys, because I didn't feel like it was respectable to promote monetization when we were going through that. I understand a lot of you had questions, which is why I was watching, because if anyone did have a question in the donation, I would read it out, but I was also going to read them out from the chat, which is what I did do as well. It's just a situation where it's like, it's so, you got to go into it so carefully, and you want to make sure everything's right. You want to make sure that person's comfortable, and if they're getting interrupted when they're telling their story with a TTS, whether it's relevant, whether it's in support, I understand. It just doesn't, it can throw them off, and it can make them feel a bit uncomfortable. Which is why I made that decision. Go on.
The decision. And you know what? I there was a part of me that believed CD-ROM's story, because I came into this thinking that she was only a person that wasn't a victim, but just a whistleblower. Like, I came in here thinking that she was just a whistleblower. And then when she started off that she was actually a victim of him, it just was like, why the fuck would that grown ass man, CD, continue? Like, you lied for this guy already, but then came over here and continued the fucking lie to protect. He was still protecting him after everything was broke out about this guy and he was exposed for. He was still protecting the guy. And it just shows that these grown ass men don't give a fuck about children. Because even when was asked to him, what, how about if it was your children? How about if it was your child and somebody was doing this to your child? And his fucking answer, his answer was outlandishly crazy. And I don't want to hear nothing about, well, he got Asperger's and he's not all the way there mentally. You know what's right and you know what's fucking wrong. And even people like Freshy Fresh, Eric, and others that came out and totally sat there and said, we would never do anything like this. This is fucking completely wrong. It just tells you that excuse is not valid. Go ahead.
No, you're right. It like the thing is, like I had a feeling this shit was gonna do my research, especially yesterday, doing a lot of research and find out a lot of sickening things, stuff that wasn't relevant to bring up with Iris, but stuff that we could definitely talk about in the future. It became very apparent that none of this was adding up. None of what CD was, and we knew that anyway. To be fair, that it wasn't adding up. But having her here, like, bravely fucking call this shit out and speak her truth.
At Zayek 2012 super chatted $20. They just wanted to bring CD back for money. That's it.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, and I saw the end of Tech Talk yesterday, and Rastov was talking about that, and Rastov was basically like, I mean, he was like sweeping like maybe, you got to understand that CD-ROM was this kind of person and this kind of person, and maybe we were thinking about bringing them back, sort of drill, saying that, and then brought it up on Rewind. And Billy was making excuses for his actions too. And it's just like, bro, I mean, if you guys that desperate for fucking money, bro, if you guys need money that fucking bad, like, bro, I understand. But I told y'all, man, this shit, this locale shit and being a reaction channel or a channel, it should be a hot, because once these motherfuckers get all into money, they start not giving a fuck about anything but making money. And that's what I was listening to yesterday. And it was just fucking gross listening to these grown ass men just try to think about money and bringing this guy back because he was good for a show and I can break bread off of him. Like, it's just like, bro, come on, man. It gotta come a time where you say, man, fuck the money, man. And yeah, dude. Like,
control, man. You're absolutely fucking correct. And I don't think they'd realize that doing so, they're only exiling a lot of their community. I think they're trying to look at it as optimistically as possible that he isn't fully clued in. The information we've gathered today would deem otherwise. The information we gathered today definitely confirms that he knew everything and he was still there as his right-hand man. So if they still hold those opinions afterwards, God have mercy in your souls. That's all I'm fucking saying. I don't want to bring some things up regarding Starman real quick, if you don't mind, or do you need a minute to decompress?
No, I mean, me personally, I'm done with that. I'm done with that whole thing, man. I'm honestly done, because I just, I mean, I'm here calm. I don't want to blow a lid. I just listening to her, and it's just, I mean, it just makes you more mad and more mad and more mad. And it makes you just want to, say stuff and throw stuff and do the weird stuff. And I just don't really want to get into that, man, because it hits too close to home. It really does. And that guy, and I honestly don't even want to say that guy's name. I don't want to mention him. I don't want to bring him up. I don't want nothing to do with the man that does this to kids and then is allowed to continuously be on the internet and do this to kids. It's making me very angry, and I just don't really want to. I really don't want to go there, because there's no end results to it. The guy's not in jail. He doesn't get to go to prison and meet that guy Bubba in that goddamn cell and get what he deserves. He's not getting anything. You know what I mean? Except some slack. So I really don't.
1,156 super chatted $20. Mental issues that allow CD to believe he did no wrong means he is clearly too mentally damaged to be a host. Anyone who wants him back either also likes that shiz or they want the community to be destroyed. At Gaming with Ultra 9305 super chatted $20, we could all tell how hard it was for you guys to talk about this on a network we all come to be entertained. Props to you guys and nothing but love for Iris. Red heart emoji, red heart emoji,
Exactly.
red heart emoji, red heart emoji.
Exactly.
Much appreciated. I do want to cover this real quick. Do you want to take 5 minutes and come back? It literally will take me 5 minutes. Do you want to
go ahead? After this, bro, I'm done with this whole conversation. I want to move forward. I don't want to talk about this no more.
I know, brother.
Like, honestly,
do you want to take a 5-minute break and come back, Pim?
Go ahead. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Go ahead.
All right, no worries, man. So, a month ago, Starman was called out for being on Second Life and being back to his old tricks with the name of Gold Lake and they were doing some really horrific stuff, like harassing and sending inappropriate messages to this person. So it's clear that they're still continuing these things, but it seems like they're moving from game to game. So that was a month ago. One of the things I did find out is that he doesn't have his Second Life account anymore, but his significant other still has it. This is his significant other's account, and I had him make an account to be able to fucking look at this information, and this is some of the stuff that they're a part of in the community. So there's incest furries, there's some furry in a circle stuff, there's some really, really gross fucking shit that they're a part of. Is CD-ROM connected to this? I don't know. CD-ROM, he did have an account, but it's been deleted. But he did have an account that was created around the time of 2021. Whether it was in relation to Starman, I don't know. I haven't got the evidence to confirm this, but I did want to bring this up as it is a relevant factor that he could have potentially been a part of these communities, potentially. I don't know for certain, though. But as of when this stuff got called out, Starman has deleted his account, which was originally called Gold Lake, but his significant other still has her profile, or their profile. I don't know the gender. I wanted to bring that up so people were in the know on that. I am literally, no, I'm done with it. You're absolutely right. I don't want to go into this anymore. This episode has been really upsetting. Sorry for dragging me on your mama, but I really did want to get that out in the know there.
Yeah. I mean, for any parents out there, kids playing any of those games or anything like that, it's, I just want to move on, man.
Yeah.
Authorities ain't doing nothing about it. Nobody's doing. Yeah. So
and again, like, okay, what I'm going to say is, if anyone comes forward on this, which I hope people do feel the confidence come forward, I hope that everyone in this community and other communities give them nothing but support and love during that. And I hope we get this fucker locked up for the rest of his fucking life. And anyone who was fucking hiding the information and sweeping the information, I hope they join him in the same fucking cell. Yeah.
Definitely lock that dude up, man.
Yeah. We got anything good to move on?
I definitely want to move on. I want to start off by saying shout outs to Chubby for this week. Did you see their Wayne World stream?
I did.
Pretty dope.
It was a good episode.
It was a dope stream, man. Dope ass stream. I just want to just give him a shout out real quick because I enjoyed that. It was pretty good, Yeah. I always got my Wayne World background.
At Gaming with Ultra 9305 super chatted $20. CD-ROM defended Radio Sega about their weird antics because he knew deep down that it would lead to us finding all the weird shit he does.
Sure did.
That's true.
But the Wayne World shit was kind of cool. I got that Wayne World background.
Bon Joaquin.
What's going on? Good interview.
Appreciate it. Flurp 68 super chatted $20. You all did great and it's going to be hard going on with today's show. You need a decompression period before moving on. How about a duck?
No ducks today. Keen, what are your thoughts?
I mean, that was crazy because it turns out she was just like one of the victims, and like this guy is just like a serial fucking pedophile, and it just goes in the face with everything CD said about the situation. This girl was harassing him, making alt accounts and doing this, and actually no, it was fucking Starman doing all that dumb shit. God, I have so many more fucking questions for CD.
I mean, again, you did Drama Alert for a long time, and you busted a lot of these guys. And you cleared their whole fucking shit out. And now you got a person inside. I mean, you can do it again. Clear that shit out.
Well, I've had to put him in jail. I've been sued by him. It's fucking crazy. But you know what really resonated with me the most is like when I would go after like a Bashaverse or Lion Maker, or like one of these guys, right? like they had a built-in child fan base that would just defend them because they're fucking stupid kids. They don't know better, right?
Yeah.
And that sounds exactly what this Starman motherfucker had. He had all these other kids that were like, no, Starman's actually a good guy, bro, which just allowed the fucking bullying. Like any one of these kids that try to speak out and say, oh no, he's doing this creepy stuff. No, man, you're just trying to slander Starman. Like, bro, that's what always happens in these fucking communities.
Yep.
Yep.
And he had adults. He had adults too.
I do find it interesting that she had like, didn't she say she had like no interactions with CD really, other than that tweet?
Other than
like,
the tweet. But I asked her, I said, do you, like, I mentioned one of his other roles. CD-ROM had another alias known as CD Star. And when I asked her that, she was like, I think it rings a bell. Well, obviously, it's going back way when, you know, so I don't know.
Wait, he did, or you think he did?
He did. One of his other aliases was CD Star 1019. He also had another alias called CD-ROM 4049 and a few others as well.
Yeah.
But like the CD Star
crazy.
one's like the fucking wildest one because that just shows he's like fully indoctrinated in the community.
And did you and when CD-ROM told you that the courts told her to get off the internet at 13, 14 years old, did you believe that? Because that kind of threw me off because I was like, does courts ever fucking get involved and say somebody got to be off the internet, especially as a teenager?
Rastov as my witness, you know, we had a lot of private calls with CD about this, like before, at least one before he responded, right? But like multiple after. And I fucking ripped him a new one. I'm like, how are you saying that Starman had a police report on him and, you know, that there was a court order against this girl? How are you saying all this without fucking knowing? Well, the parents told me. Have you ever thought the fucking parents are covering for their son, CD? Have you ever thought that? Well, I have no reason to believe them. I go, they lied. I'm screaming. Ask Rastov. I'm screaming at him like, you're an idiot. They fucking lied to you. They lied. And he goes, well, you have no proof to back that up. And I'm like, you have no proof they actually fucking did it. And you're repeating it like it's fact.
Yeah. Because what CD alluded to is that he was very much in the know in this situation, like he was actively involved. But if her like statement goes anyway, it just says that he wasn't directly involved with everything. He just pinched himself involved in 2019 when she made the tweet out in the situation.
Oh, he was involved, man. He had the inside scoop. His direct source were the pedo's parents. The pedo's parents.
And the fact this actually went back to 2015 when she was 11 turning 12, not fucking 2017. It's just like fucking hell, you know?
Like definition, legit term, pedophile. Like definition.
Absolutely.
Not some internet slander. That is a pedophile.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. That's
you know what? The thing that I the most important part of the story, and this is why I truly was trying to get a hold of you guys to call in to ask this question, is I was trying to figure out if Starman was like so autistic that he doesn't know what he's doing type of shit, right? Okay. But she answered that later down in the in the interview where that was the main thing that I wanted to know, because that's like one of the covers for the Starman is that he's basically like a retard. But no, clearly he's not. He's fucking doing all kinds of manipulation, having the kids work against each other. He's like clearly smart enough to be a legitimate predator and a danger to children. And she even said at one point, the motherfucker had a job.
At Gaming with Ultra 9305 super chatted $10, she would not have even been considered a preteen at 12. Crying face emoji, crying face emoji, crying face emoji, crying face emoji. At Aussie Masters super chatted $19.99. Better not bring CD back. Thank you for covering this story.
Oh no, we're gonna no. It would be really good for the LCU to bring him back. Yes, it would be. I think that's the move that we're gonna make, guys. Fucking retards.
I gotta ask you this though, and I just want to piggyback off what you said when CD-ROM said that he was severely mentally ill. He also said the same thing about her, and you can listen to her, and she sounded very clear, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I say as well, watching some of the recent stuff, like when he was on Second Life, Starman, you could clearly tell, and this is going to be an assumption I'm making, that the people he was interacting with were far more differently abled than he was believed to be assumed of, you know? Like, there was definitely some, like, special needs going on with some of these people that he was, like, in this video with, which is why it baffled me. It's like, well, hang on a second, what if, like, the one that's being manipulated is the manipulator, you know, which is obviously the fact, like, let's be fucking real. But what if he's manipulating people who are, like, differently abled and stuff and have different, like, levels of mindset into making this fucking supreme cult that has been kind of uncovered here, which is, it's just mental. It's generally a cavern that just keeps getting deeper, you know. There's so much that's been pulled out of it. And even looking back, I know I have more questions than I have answers.
Well, yeah, because we're yet to find that smoking gun that proves that CD-ROM had malice, right? Like we need that smoking gun that CD-ROM knew he was doing wrong, right?
But when CD-ROM said
himself,
when CD-ROM said to you, he said, well, he didn't do anything sexual. He was just grooming kids with text and pictures. That right there, I mean,
No, I agree with you 1,000,000%, but you also need to understand that this dude is going off of like, I wish we had that clip, because Xylee says something like, well, he was a pedophile, and then he's like going off of like the definition in the dictionary, you know. So he didn't help himself at all responding the way he did in all this, right?
I think what incriminates CD-ROM the most out of this, like, conversation we're having here is the very first topic that he brings up, which is the first clip I actually bring up with Iris. And that's him saying that he went to his parents whenever he found out about these things. Like, so that means he's willfully holding information that's illegal, that's a crime, and going to the parents rather than the authorities. That's a crime. The man's literally committing a criminal offense.
I'm going to be CD's lawyer for a second. He goes to the parents, and the parents tell him, we've already reported our son to the police.
I get that, but the thing is, why would you not go to the police to begin with? Why would it be a follicle in your brain that would think, oh yeah, I must tell his parents? No, I fucking.
There's two options. There's two options. One, CD's a fucking gullible idiot, right? Which I'm hoping to be the case. Or two, he's legit covering for a fucking pedophile.
I think it's the second one.
I think he's definitely legit covering for him. He knew exactly. I mean, the fact that he covered his bases when he had conversations with us, and he said, this guy is so mentally unstable. That's why he was doing that. So he knew and then when he said before he was going to make the example, remember he told everybody, he said, okay, the nightmare, nerds exposed me, but I already explained this story and I'm about to knock it out of the park. So he's already had to explain this prior, because he got called out for this. So he was prepared with his statement, but the difference was nobody in the LCU was falling for his bullshit.
5,867 super chatted $10. This is very similar to the bathtub Ross guy exposed years ago. He had a group defending him and he was found later out to be working at a school as a volunteer.
Fucking hell.
It's one or the other. I'm going to be honest. I'm unclear just because I know how fucking stupid CD is and how gullible and dumb he is. But you're right. He did go through this before. He was called out before. The difference was the audience that he was defending himself to were probably children. They're fucking Roblox players.
Yeah, so you can rewind, to be fair. Like, who he was defending him against was probably other fucking children. The thing is, children are so naive. And that's why they're easily manipulated. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, it was probably other children that was getting ready to expose Starfish. And then again, Starman, whatever the fuck his name is. And then again, the fucking goddamn CD-ROM came in like, oh, I'm gonna be the protector for you. This is and made that same stupid ass speech that he made, and then it all went away. But it didn't work here though. And so he's already been through this before.
But here's the thing. If CD-ROM told us the truth about he goes to the parents tell him, we've already filed the police report on our son, and all this other jazz. Now I'm fucking getting confused. If that's the case, I want the fucking parents in jail. Bro, I think Starman should be in jail, and I think the fucking parents should be in jail. The minute those parents found out what their son was doing, they should have taken the fucking devices away from this guy. Now, they may argue that they couldn't because he was a fucking adult. Like, how old was this person? That's another question. Yeah, but that's another question. Okay, excuse me. That's another question I was trying to call in for, because like you're getting her age, but we should have known Starman's age in 2015. We should know Starman's age in 2017. While all these cases, all these incidents are happening, we need to know that Starman's age during this time.
I think Starman's currently in his 30s based on the same age of him here. I can't show it because it does have other people in the photo that I don't want them to be incriminated because they probably fucking don't know any of this. But there's like a wedding photo and he's on the far right and he looks like he's in his like mid-late 30s. So like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure from what I was told when it got outed about her being 13, he was 26. I have got the tweet here. Let me just get the tweet up real quick.
This is our main story on live today, by the way.
I don't blame you at all.
And you have not gotten in contact with CD in probably a couple of days, right?
So we fired him, right? And then the next day, me and Rastov had a long talk with him on the phone, and we were trying to talk sense into him. And we were trying to explain to him that he has to admit his wrongs. And he was still saying that he did nothing wrong. And it was more of like an argument than it was like a good conversation. And here's another issue with CD. He had his parents or his Christian group, whoever it was in the background, coaching him in the call with me and Rastov. And it was really fucking annoying. It's super annoying. And we kept saying, well, who's talking in the background? And he wouldn't tell us who. You know?
Wow.
What?
It was basically.
At some point, me and Rastov really just need to like, maybe I'll have Rastov on live today so we can like talk about it. Because
okay.
Here's the thing. Before this interview, I was still thinking like, I don't have that smoking gun on CD. I think he's just a fucking idiot, right? This interview just opened everything up, right? Because now, without a shadow of a doubt, she was one of the fucking victims and she's trying to out this man and CD's telling her to shut the fuck up in the tweet, bro. Now regardless of him being tricked by the parents or whatever, there's no path back. Like this was the fucking boom, boom, boom done.
I appreciate you saying that. Just to get clarification, by the way, when she was 13, he was 26. Well, the time they were dating, he would have been 25. And she would have been 11 going 12.
Oh my God.
So that would mean that was back to, that was 2017 when he was 26. So add 8 years to that. Well, that's 34, 35. So I was right, mid-30s.
And he's still doing that shit.
And he's still doing it.
One of the big debates we got into is like, why the fuck are you forgiving this guy? You forgave this guy and then he did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his response to that, well, anyone at my church would have done the same thing. You know, these are my Christian values. And then also his parents asked me to keep him out of trouble. And I made his community plus 18. And like, it's like, no, idiot.
But it turns out she wasn't even a part of the Discord server, though. That's what we found out. She wasn't even a part. When we were talking about the group, I thought she was alluding to the Discord server. She wasn't. She was literally alluding.
Super chatted $10. I wonder if CD is a JW. I recently left that horrible religion. Best decision I've ever made.
Jehovah Witness, right? But that's what I mean. She was a part of a role-playing group chat on Google Plus, I believe is what she said. That was literally just full of fucking children and another adult, which guess what? Later got turned out to be a pedophile.
Yep.
Like,
so, and what's crazy about it, like you just mentioned, this is two different groups. So CD-ROM found out he was pedophiling in another place while he was pedophiling he was pedophiling all in different places. So what CD-ROM got mad at, I mean, had to make it plus 18 for this guy so they can keep kids from coming in there. The fact that you gotta make a server plus 18 because your man can't keep his hands off of kids just makes you a fucking gross ass individual. You should not be friends with a fucking person like that, period. You shouldn't have to make guidelines to keep your fucking friend from touching children. What the fuck is, bro? That's just, man, go
and
ahead.
do you know what my main concern is that CD was getting the victims cross-wired. So that means he was referring to what I mean by that is like he was mistakenly referring to multiple victim situations and corroborating them as one situation with what he believed was Iris. And that's what makes sense now. When you really look at all the evidence and what he was saying, none of it stacks up. Like, what if he's referring to other victims in certain scenarios? You know what I mean?
I want to get into CD's mind so bad to know if
you want to get in his mind.
I just want to know if he's a fucking idiot or if he legitimately just straight up covered for this dude.
He just straight up legitimately covered for the guy. Obviously, if the guy is out here creating fucking 18 plus servers to keep his friend from talking to underage kids, bro, that he's obviously covering like, yo, but I got to keep you from touching these kids. Come on, man. That's obvious.
Yeah, but covering would be is to allow him to. What I mean by that,
I know what
I gotta be with kids for you to be like, you know what? That's enough, bro. This ain't no Christian thing. This ain't no he's stupid, he's dumb thing. This is a dude that's covering for his friend that has a problem touching with children, bro. That's you. The fact that I'm even saying that this man got a friend that's into that kind of shit is just outlandish and crazy in itself, bro. Anybody out here, any and no, don't just take it from us because I think I know what Keem is doing. Keem is taking it from people that are normal and he's listening to our brains. But take it from listen to Freshy Fresh, bro. Listen to Eric on this situation. If you listen to those guys and they sit there and tell you, yo, Keem, I would never in my life, I know what's right and what's wrong. I would never in my motherfucking life ever be down with anybody like that. That's who you need to be listening to because those people are on the go ahead.
Bro, you're speaking to the choir. We all think that way. We all think that way. But this motherfucker thinks different and will make all these arguments like, because I've been in these hour calls with Rastoff in the calls and my church would forgive and I was trying to keep the people safe and that's why I reported him to his parents and he's got all this fucking stupid shit that me and you would not do, right? But he's got all these answers on why he did what he did, right? And none of it is an admission of guilt. In his mind, he thinks that he did the right thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I understand what you're saying, but the point, like, and I also know where you're gonna follow up with. So I'll just say, like, the point is, it's just far too gone. Like, you know, there's even if you're like naive enough to believe the good intentions in someone, when there's so much evidence to the point where you start cross-referencing memories of victims into one. That's where you're like, fuck me, there's multiple. And he clearly knows a multiple because he said there's multiple occasions that he's told his parents and then all the information he's getting wrong about Iris. No, I think he's talking about other fucking victims. Yeah. I think he's getting all the wires crossed because there's so fucking many. CD's been part of his community until at least, I'm pretty sure, 2015, 2016. Bare minimum 2016. But like,
you know the part that's pissing me off, though, is the fact that he's using God, though. He's using God to get away with this shit. And there's people out there that uses like God, Jesus, and the Lord and the scripture, forgive and all that other stuff. They use God in order to make this shit right and to make themselves sound sane. And that's probably why when you was in that meeting and you had that sit down with them and he had all his church people with them and their train of thought is like, God would forgive, so you're doing the right thing, and he's thinking that he's doing the right thing because he's following some scripture in the Bible or something like that. But that's why I think he's allowing this whole God thing to keep him from being oh, I was wrong. Oh, I was wrong. That's why he will never admit that he was wrong, because he thinks he's doing God's work.
Exactly. And this is the debate. It didn't matter how hard me and Rastov tried to say, you are wrong, and you clearly need to fucking be held accountable for your fucking wrong actions. He didn't see it that way.
Well,
it's like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what Jesus told me to do. Like, you know?
Well, here's my thing on the situation with him using God as a cop-out, and the reason why I know he's using it as a cop-out and he doesn't actually fucking believe that God's believing and giving him a second chance or whatever. This is the situation, right? When the whole situation with Nerds kicked off and they accidentally doxed one of his family members, right? It was a fuck-up, massive fuck-up. Did he seek a path of redemption for them? Did he seek any fucking thoughts and prayers for forgiveness? No, he wanted them fucking fired and erased. He wanted everything wrong to happen to them. But yeah, when he has a literal fucking pedophile as a best friend, he's like, nah, we got to forgive him. We got to choose the righteous path. How can you flip-flop on something like that?
Because me and Rastov told him to do that. We told him to do that, to never forgive for the bullshit.
The nerd thing.
Yeah, that's part of little show notes. That's why.
All right, fair.
I would not want to I don't need to cover for him like that, but it's just the truth, and I got to be honest.
Yeah, that's good. That makes sense now.
Yeah. Well, that does make sense. I appreciate you clearing that up as well. But like the fact is the direct quote. You know what I mean? That's right. I reported my friend out to his parents for correction multiple times. The only thing I'm guilty of is playing a little bit of damage control for him. Like what?
A little bit.
What? He said that on our shows.
Yeah.
You know, like
he's fucking cooked. Yeah, he's so cooked.
Oh, you need to go back in the really fucking hole where he come from, or we need to lobotomize him.
Bro, it really just gives. I mean, we studied this in high school, but it really just gives me that Jim Jones vibe, man. It's just that following whatever this godly thing to do, and then drink the Kool-Aid, man. It's giving them vibes, and then. With Jim Jones, he made it seem like it was righteous for everybody to Minecraft themselves because this is God's work and this is God's plan. It's just giving that same, like, it's okay for you to be with children because it's got, plans and all this other stuff. It's just gross, man. These people are still around.
5,867 super chatted $10. The Bible supports justice and consequences for wrongdoing. Romans 13:1-4 talks about government bearing the sword to punish wrongdoers. Forgiving someone doesn't erase legal or social accountability.
Legit. I really appreciate that, actually. Fucking right. You should absolutely have been legally punished. Motherfuckers should go into the police, not to the fucking parents. Fuck 100%. The parents, to be honest with you. Fucking bunch of gross motherfuckers defending him and fucking high sweeping for him and hiding for him. Like, what the fuck? Like, how I don't know.
I'm just wondering if Keem on live is going to get. I know you're going to have a conversation with Rastov. Y'all basically going to talk about your conversations with the cult,
with CD
and the cult, because they were there too.
What cult?
The church cult.
Oh yeah. See, like they were whispering to the motherfucker in the background, like coaching them, and it was so fucking irritating. Because it was like, dude, CD was not speaking for himself, and he had this other person in his fucking ear, and it's so fucking annoying.
Was the camera on, or you can see it?
No, we were just doing a call. We were trying to fucking, help him because he was saying shit that he didn't mean to say when he was on Rewind. He was saying shit that he didn't mean to say when he was responding for the first time on test. And he's just a fucking idiot. Well, or maybe he was saying what he meant to say. I don't fucking know. All I know is, if any of my, hosts get into a fucking scandal of some sorts, I'm going to try to help them the best I can, as long as everything's factual and real. And unfortunately, the more we learn about the story, the worse it gets.
Yeah, and what I will say as well is, like, he has reiterated countless times that he's had to like reveal this before and talk about this before and dissect all this information before. So, like, can we even use the claim of did he mean what he said and did he really mean it that way when he's had to do this before? He's obviously had a prep before. So if anything, as he put it multiple times before he streamed, he commented about it multiple times. This will be easy to address. I've dealt with this before. Don't worry, I got this. It sounds to me like he was pre-rehearsed because of the last situation where he had to do it.
I don't know. God, I wish I knew more. I want to know, dude. I want to know fucking everything. And I feel like this is a story that doesn't need to be dropped at all. I think like there's plenty other people that would probably want to interview that were in that fucking community that could speak a lot more on it.
I'm still kind of crazy over the fact that when you did that saga story and you found out all his friends was doing all that weird shit, and one of your docket members went to you and they told you, hey, yo, Keem, maybe we should look into CD-ROM since he got all these friends going on crazy. I'm surprised you stopped right there. That shit still surprised me to this goddamn day. Why did you stop like at his friends and go, wait a minute, let me look and maybe CD-ROM got something weird going on.
That's not what happened. We told him to look into CD-ROM. They didn't find anything. Yeah.
What kind of docket team you had when the nerd fired 50 minutes?
That docket team isn't our docket team anymore. They were the worst fucking docket team ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the type that you got fired, wasn't it?
That was the same docket. That was the same docket team that couldn't find the clip of fucking Buff accusing CD of being a Fury. Remember?
Oh yeah. That's right. That's right.
Entire fucking show. Yeah. No, we got rid of all them. They suck.
Okay. Oh, so you got a new docket team then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they should be hot ladies today then.
Do you know what I should have done on it? I should have put I should have put Gino on it. Because Gino was the one that helped me get a lot of the stuff on Sega Radio. Yeah. I should have put fucking Gino directly on CD.
Gino she got those results fucking quick time. That's for damn sure.
And so when those Saga guys ran for the fucking hills, was it because they also probably had some they did something defending like anything? Like guys being with kids and all that other stuff like that, because we knew the furry shit, but did it go any deeper than that, or did it just stop right there?
No, but they were pleading with CD. Oh my God, that whole thing. Think about how it played out, right? Mm-hmm. They find out CD's over here, and they kick him out. Why did they kick him out? Because they knew that we'd look more into their fucking community.
Well, this is the question I have, and I was trying to get an answer to this question yesterday, and I couldn't. Was Starman a part of Radio Sega? He was into his retro games. He loves his Mario and stuff like that. It's very much what they fucking cover and what they did, right? So it wouldn't be alien to think that he could have been a part of the community, or even still is a part of that community.
Yo, Fault It Wolf and all these other people that keep saying I'm sweeping for a pedo defender. I'm just trying to find the fucking truth. I want to know the fucking truth. I want to fucking know everything on every aspect. The whole reason why fucking Nightmare even did this interview today is because I told him to do it. I told him to contact Iris or whatever her name is directly on Twitter and set up that interview. Yeah. So y'all can fuck off.
Yeah, that is true. To be fair, I was contemplating it. I brought it up to Keem and he goes, "Do it. Absolutely fucking do it. Get it done." So that is true. I don't think he's sweeping it. Otherwise, he would have told me, "No, don't do that," and he would have made an excuse for it.
I'm also not one to just jump and be like, yeah, this person's a pedo. Like, my training and everything that I've done in Dromler is like, dude, you have to have receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts to know what the fuck is going on. I mean, we just did an interview with someone, which kind of sealed the deal and stuff, but also that's just an interview. That's her point of view. That's also not gospel, right? You try to get as much information as you possibly can on the story to try to piece it together so you can understand it the best way possible,
I think we definitely got a lot of answers to the questions that we fucking had with today's interview, though. But one thing I will say, though, if there is any other people who were affected by Starman, who is it, or in the know on Starman, if you'd like to reach out to me on Twitter, you could tweet me directly, or you can reach out to me on Discord. It's Nightmare_UK with a K on Nightmare. Reach out and we'll absolutely get that plan, because if you do have like information on this stuff, we'd love to get it covered.
Now, Keem, I just got to ask you about your expertise, because you've been around this for a long period of time. When you heard her say that her mom got all the documentation and contacted the authorities, and the authorities weren't able to do nothing, is that a common thing?
Oh yeah, they don't do shit. Yeah. You're like going, first of all, you're going to like
13 super chatted $10. Keem in high control groups, that's what they do. Constantly in your ear and in your business. Speak to an ex-JW or an ex-Mormon and they will help you understand CD's thought process better.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the process. Like, your son or daughter is online and someone's being a creep to them. You call your local authorities and they say, well, where's the other person? A lot of times parents don't know, right? But let's say they do know and they're the state over. Your local authorities most likely won't do shit because they can't make the arrest, right? They won't do a fucking thing. If you get a good cop, a good detective, they'll call where the PDF is at, right? They'll call their local police department and share information and push for an arrest, but it doesn't go towards those local police's like stats or numbers or anything. So a lot of police, they just don't fucking do it. And a lot of times, you see people in the chat like American 420 saying, call the FBI, not the cops. Well, that American 420 has never spoken to FBI in his life. I have multiple times. The FBI rarely takes any case that's reported to them. It's got to be like fucking serious for the FBI to step up and do stuff. I've had multiple different YouTubers and content creators that have been swatted, doxxed, all kinds of shit, money stolen. You report it to the FBI and the FBI doesn't have fucking time because they're focused on like big shit. So a lot of this stuff just goes nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, what's kind of crazy when you just brought that up? I remember Foodie Beauty, she got in a altercation with Marty, and her family contacted the FBI, and they actually went to his house and they told him he could never speak on her again. And I don't, but I think it had something to do with like her being like Muslim at the time, and he made some like Muslim comments about 9/11, I think it was. But yeah, I remember that happened, and that the FBI was contacted by the family, and then they actually went to his door and they told him that no longer. Yeah.
See that terrorist attack shit, they'll do something with that.
Yeah.
Or if it's like money stolen and there's like big publicity around it or something, it's like there was a thing that the FBI did where they caught this guy that was scamming the Monopoly game and shit.
Yeah.
Well, why would the FBI be intrigued in doing that? Well, first of all, some citizen did all the groundwork, fed it to the FBI, and then the FBI went for it because that's a major fucking story that the Monopoly game at McDonald's is scammed. Like they'll jump on certain things,
but they won't jump on this. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, you gotta look at it from the position of like the FBI. Like you have like 100 files on your desk of like serious threats, and then someone's calling in that there's a creep online. They just don't they don't jump on that. They get shit like that all the time.
And the wild thing about it was like only thing Marty was doing, he was just protecting people from the same very thing. I mean, it's kind of crazy that the FBI went to him and tried to stop him from talking about somebody, but only thing that Marty was doing was protecting people from Cyrax and his creepy shit that he did with kids. And so it's kind of sad that they'll hone down on somebody, but they won't hone down on
$11.68. Great show, guys. Lolco Test is really becoming the main hub for the main story in the LCU. Keep up the great work. Also thank you to Ken, Plex and all the other people that did promo work for this.
I want to say though, when we were talking about Radio Sega and Starman's potential involvement, he actually was a part of the Discord. I just got sent the proof now. Like fucking actually was a part of the fucking Discord. Let me pull this up for you guys to see.
I mean,
fucking Khan coming in clutch here.
I mean, from the very beginning, all right, there's a crack house. People are all smoking crack in it. There's a crack dealer in the crack house, and CD-ROM's just sitting on the couch and saying, I had no involvement. He's everywhere where these fucking creeps are at. Saga Radio, these Discords. He's everywhere where the bad people are at, bro.
No, you're absolutely fucking right. And like, it's just the fact that now we have proof that he's linked in that community as well. It's just, I feel like, the Radio Sega thing got let go way too soon. I think if you had continued pressing and finding out information, I genuinely believe you would have found a fuck ton of like gnarly shit.
Well, now that all this is tied together, why not?
Exactly.
You know? Look where it's all leading. You know what's crazy? We talked to the owner of the founder of Sega Radio, and he want no involvement whatsoever. He goes, I want absolutely no involvement in this. And when we would speak to people that were Sega Radio members, they all said the same thing. I want absolutely no involvement in this. And it was almost like everybody knew that entire community is filled with some really bad characters.
Legit. It just makes sense now. Like it literally all comes back to this as well. And this was 2016.
But here's the thing in defense of CD, right? If CD is a bad person and he's involved in these communities, why the fuck does he go on air and tell everyone, I would just been kicked out of Sega Radio, a community I've been a part of for 10 years? Like, that don't make sense either. This is why I keep saying I want the smoking gun that shows that this motherfucker is actually evil. And
didn't you reveal it, or was it actually in the reveal? I thought it was you that revealed it, because no, that was the fucking the whole
let me be clear.
My bad.
Let me be clear. He came out and he said on one of the channels that he got kicked out. I think it was his own channel on Tech Talk. Yeah. That he got kicked out of a community that he was a part of for 10 years, and he didn't say the name. I hit him up immediately and was like, what's the name of the community? And he started sending me screenshots and everything and revealed the community to me. And then I leaked it on live.
That makes sense.
I keep going back to like, okay, well, if he's a creep and he's in this creep group, why did he tell me about it? You know what I mean? Like, I got so many fucking questions, dude.
I mean,
I got so many fucking questions.
Why wouldn't he tell you? Because he knew you'd expose it. You know what I mean? You've done it before, right? Like you that's what you do.
Yeah,
you
but
expose the shit.
Yeah, but how the fuck would I find Sega Radio?
I genuinely don't know, to be fair. Like that does come down to him being a fucking
with Ultra
retard.
9305 super chatted $10. CD-ROM is in his friend's car with his friend going 150 miles per hour and going, don't worry bro, if you crash into someone it's not on me, so it's cool.
Yeah. He's in a car with Billy the Fridge getting breakfast.
But fuck's sake, I genuinely think he's also the kind of guy that's promoting when the speedometer goes up by an additional 10. He's going, yeah, you got this. Go, we got you, dude. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I don't know, the fucking Billy comment, by the way. You're such an ass. Yeah. I needed that.
Breakfast burritos in Seattle is delicious. They're magically delicious. But I understand, bro. It is what it is. After today, bro, I'm not touching this subject no more. I know Keem will do his dive. I mean, he's the expert with drama alert. So if anybody gonna get to the bottom of everything and come full circle with it, it's gonna be Keemstar, man. So
I don't understand why not. Like, I think you guys did pretty okay on this interview. There was only a few questions that I would have asked, and one of my questions that I really wanted to ask got answered later. You know.
No.
I mean, I would, to be honest with you, you know, and like your mom, if it's something you know, I understand this, you know, being a father and stuff like that is very close to home. I can move it to the weekends. You know what I mean? I can move it to the weekends when you're not available, and I'll absolutely tackle this stuff. I ain't done with this. I want to make sure as much of this gets exposed and we get that domino effect where people feel comfortable reaching out, and that motherfucker ends up in prison.
And you're going, oh, I like that. See, I like that.
That's my fucking goal, to be honest.
Take down. A Nightmare, when Nightmare is dedicated to something and he's locked in on something, he wants the end results. I like that. I like it. I see, that's what I'm talking about. See, because I feel like my hands are tied behind my back and there's nothing can be done. You know, guys in Canada and all that other stuff, there's nothing can be done. But I like the fact that you saying, fuck that, I'm going full throttle at that. I'm going to end this shit. I'm going to clear this shit out. I like that.
This is what you need to do, Nightmare. You need to figure out where he's at in Canada. You need to figure out the local laws, how long the statute of limitations are and whatnot. Get together a bunch of victims, and just all you need is one victim in Canada. That'll, like, the States, Canada stuff, probably not going to work. But if you find one victim in Canada, that motherfucker going to jail. I bet. I mean, I don't know because I need to look at the laws myself, but
I can look into it. I happily will do that. If it means getting that fucker behind bars so he doesn't harm any more children, fucking right. Because this cunt is still doing it. He literally got outed a month ago for being on Second Life doing this fucking creepy shit.
Or maybe Steam can ban him from all those games.
Yeah. He got outed. I showed the information. I found out last night. But shout out to all the people in the VC with me yesterday, John and that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
oh God.
So I still have access to his significant other's Second Life account. It's attached to some fucking weird fucking lobbies, rooms, like some incest ones and shit like that, fairy shit, all that jazz. But Starman's deleted his. CD-ROM also had a Second Life account, but he's deleted his. But I can still see it. I literally showed it live on air on this episode. I don't know if CD-ROM has any correlation with him in Second Life, but he did make an account in 2021.
CD-ROM definitely had a second life, and it's getting exposed here, right now.
All right. We're going to have to fucking redirect the queens. But, Keem, thank you so much for popping up. I really do appreciate it. And,
great interview, gentlemen. I want to see more of that. Makes me proud. See you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you. Your mama, any closing words?
Man, I hope you catch that bastard, man.
Fuck yeah, brother. That's
And
what
prayer
we
out
fucking do.
and praise out to, she came on today, man. I really enjoyed her, and that was a great interview. Good shit, man.
Massive love to Iris generally, and to everyone who's been so supportive in the chat again. I just want to say thank you so much. I'm really sorry I haven't read the donations. I like the all convert to everyone who supported the show. I just didn't want it to feel like we were fucking monetizing as because it just feels gross. But
you did good.
Thank you guys anyway. I really do appreciate it. Massive shout outs to you all, and we're gonna pass you into Queens now, guys. All right. Have an amazing day. Take care. Hello.
You guys off air?
We're literally just closing the stream now. Take care, guys. Have a good